Now you notice what it says. Now it says
Artful
Artful
Pussycat
Pussycat
web
web
design.
design. Only because I've just relentlessly asked him if I could come to the club.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're
that's-
back.
My first meeting with him.
Okay.
Are you affiliated with Pesco?
We're back, but it's okay. That's why we have fun here on My
do
Chamber
have fun.
TV. Welcome.
We do.
We're just talking about Ed Holtzman and his company, artfulpussycat.com. And when I first saw that, I'm thinking, I wonder what that's all about. Web design. Who would have known, right?
Right.
So is there a story behind that?
There is, and I'll try to abbreviate it as much as possible. I used to be a full-time wedding photographer.
Really?
Who worked out of my house. And my whole house was a gallery of bridal portraits, photography, scenic photography, big canvases that I'd made, and I also have cats. I'm a cat lover. And I had one particular photo that looked like a Rembrandt photo of one of my cats done on a 4-foot by 3-foot canvas.
Oh, how cool.
And that was the first thing you saw when you opened up my door and walked into the foyer. And I was meeting a potential bride at my photo studio / house. She opened the door and just saw that picture, stopped in her tracks, and she said, and she was British, and she said, "That is the most artful pussycat I've ever seen."
I love
you
it.
go.
I knew there was a story
It
behind
stuck
it.
in my head, and I'm like, one day I'm going to use that.
See that? Well, that's really exciting. Now, I understand that you're brand new to the West Pesco Chamber.
I am. I've only been a member about 2 months, maybe an active member about a month and a half now.
Okay.
And it's just been a fantastic experience. I'm
Wow.
new to the Newport Richey area and
Yeah?
very new to the chamber as well.
Where are you from originally?
Not that far away, just
Yeah.
Tarpon Springs area.
Oh, okay.
We just purchased a house with detached office space right here in downtown, and we just love the area. I mean, this gorgeous scenery that we have here. It's just fantastic.
You know, you came back, you moved here at the right time. I mean, Newport Richey is just taking off like the new renaissance, if you will.
Oh, it's fantastic. We could just go to a great restaurant right here on Main Street,
Yep.
sit on a park bench and just watch the sunset down Main Street.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Oh, good for
It
you.
is nice.
That's so great. So what makes your web design company different, which it's a grabber with the name?
We tend to work with mainly small to medium-sized businesses and nonprofits. We do work with a lot of nonprofits, which is a wonderful experience because they're just so
Sure.
gracious to work with. We target the small to medium-sized business that can't afford somebody full-time in-house, but really wants to put that extra effort into getting their web presence grown and getting a name and branding image out there on
see.
the internet.
Yes.
Especially when people are bombarded with all these ads on TV, this do-it-yourself web builder, this do-it-yourself web builder, where you just can sign up and, anybody can build a great website. And, well, it's kind of like putting a page together, but then getting that page published and noticed in front of people is a totally different animal.
Right,
And
right.
especially with the way that Google and other search engines change on an astronomically frequent basis.
That's what I understand.
It used to be, if you had good keywords and some good text copy,
Yeah.
that was it. Now, keywords are just like a minute part of what Google ranks you on.
Really?
Now it's freshness, page load time, faster. There's people out there that are established businesses that have websites that have been online for 8 years, which you would think would have authority. But then you have somebody new, a competitor that's just a mile on the other side of town, only been in business 8 months, have a website online 6 months, and they're outranking their competitors just because they're using newer technology, faster page load times, just little bells and whistles that Google also factors in. And they factor in. They used to just look at the text on your page, the keywords. Now Google actually renders what the page looks like on their servers and ranks on certain elements on that. How friendly is it on a mobile device? If you're not ranked mobile friendly, if somebody searches for a business like yours from a mobile device, you'll probably appear on page 10 versus your competitor that has a mobile-friendly website. You're going to be right there on page 1.
You're really hitting some hot spots for me, because I've heard that, and my husband's web designer just went and completely revamped his website, and we fought him with it because we're boomers. Well, I
Right.
am anyway.
Right.
And we get all set in our ways. Oh, but we really love this. But it's not as user friendly. And it's old school kind of, sort of. Does that
Right.
make sense?
Yes.
And so now it has a more beautiful flow, and he did a great job.
And it increases your reach exponentially.
that is
Websites are no
good.
longer a set it and forget it technology
Right.
because all of our other technology to access websites has changed. This has just revolutionized
Yes.
the internet. There's different percentages for different industries, but on average,
listen
no
to
matter
this
what
number.
your business is, 65 to 70% of your visitors are going to hit your website first on a mobile phone.
On a mobile phone.
And if it's tiny, if they can't click those menus, if they find it, because Google's going to push it down the rankings because it gets ranked on non-mobile friendly, your bounce rate, meaning how long somebody stays on your site, your bounce rate is going to be a matter of seconds. They're going to look at that and go, I can't deal with that. Hit back and go to the next one down in the Google listings. And if that's easy to use on a mobile phone, they just found the vendor they're going to buy from or the services they're going to book.
See?
A couple of things, Ed. One of the things we've talked about since you've been new, and I'm like Barbara, I'm a boomer, so I'm probably know just enough tech to get in trouble,
Yeah.
Right.
but not enough to make it work. But one of the things you first mentioned to me is when you build. Now, at our last networking meeting, you talked about the fact if somebody's got a website that they've had for 5 years, you'd be more than happy to take a look at that, even
yes.
to see what he could, just like somebody that was working with you and Dennis,
Right.
with Kelly.
Right.
So, but more importantly, one of the things you mentioned was when you build somebody a website, how do you start?
Oh, I typically try to start with a mobile friendly first.
So you go for that right at first.
Because as of 2015, it's 65 to 70% of website visitors are coming from a mobile device.
Sure.
We've reached a point in the United States that there are actually more phones in the United States than there are people in the United States. So that number is only growing. They're predicting around 80, in the 80 percentile for 2016, 2017. So I design making sure from the ground up on a mobile platform and that it scales nicely out to the bigger devices. Should be on a tablet or on a laptop or on a big nice monitor desktop. So I start for that small device, which is where all your traffic, well, the lion's share of your traffic is going to be finding you, and how Google is going to determine the importance of your website. If it's outdated, not mobile friendly, you lose authority with Google. Google used to reward you for good things. Now they also penalize you for not keeping up with things. So you can get rewarded for things, and you can also get penalized by Google, and they constantly play a little shell game of what the perks are and what the penalties are. And the average small business owner, if they try their own little website, a 5-page website with Wix or Weebly or something like that, they're not aware of all these shell games, and these websites are typically not fast loading, not mobile friendly.
Even though they might be free.
Right.
And you know what? Sometimes you get what you don't pay for.
Exactly. You get what you don't pay for, and there's just so many other factors other than it looks at. I'm looking at it. It looks pretty. It's got my logo. Great. I'm done. There's so many other factors that change on a basis that I'll never be done learning myself what Google's up to.
Yeah, well, you can if they keep changing every day.
Yeah.
You've got to stay on top of your game, correct?
I joke about if I took a week off, I'd have to be totally retrained on internet standards.
It's that fast, huh?
I'm the person that's, when I punch out, I'm sitting in my living room doing, reading case studies and white papers from Google, from Bing, from the big major publishers, keeping up on it. So, it changes that fast.
Wow, you sound like a real go-to person for
yeah.
this.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And you gave us a real nice little tip the other day at that same brochure exchange. And what was that tip?
Oh, for people that might be
Listen to this.
concerned, for people that have been a business, established business, that have a website, maybe not much has been done to that website. One of the first things you really need to check to see if you're going to be penalized is the mobile-friendly aspect. Google makes a fantastic tool. You can check yourself. I will gladly do any free audits if somebody wants to contact me to have a second pair of eyes, second opinion on their website and see where it stands. I'll take care of that. But you can jump right on your favorite search engine and just search for Google mobile friendly test, and it will take you right to a page where you just put your domain name in there, and it scans all these different factors: how close the menu items are going to be together on a mobile device, readability factors, and it will rank you, percentile, and sometimes also give you speed factors, because speed is a big ranking also. If you've got a slow site, that will penalize you down the search engines.
Wow.
Now, code written 5-8 years ago is totally different code, and it's a lot more bloated. Modern code is streamlined for that fast, and pages load faster. If you got an 8-year-old web page and a page that I might build for you today, mine's going to load in milliseconds, and the other one might load in 3 seconds. And the rule of thumb is if any page takes over 4 seconds to load on any device, they're going to hit the back button and go somewhere else.
Yep.
They just have that
I do
short
it.
attention
I do
span.
that.
Oh yeah.
Everyone
We
wants
all do.
instant.
I do.
I know, right? I can totally understand. I know we're running out of time, Ed, but I want to give everyone the website, artfulpussycat.com. You have given a wealth of information in a very short amount of time. If I was a viewer out there, I would be looking you up. You will be getting emails right away because you really know what you're talking about, and it makes sense to somebody like myself. How about you, partner?
It makes a lot of sense.
I
to me.
mean, I
That's
can
why wanted him on
understand what
here.
you're saying.
By all means, I mean, even if I did not build the website, if a lot of people out there buy a website and they think they're done with it, they paid the guy, the developer
Right,
leaves,
right.
I can help with answers. You've got answers. I mean, you've got questions. I can help with the answers. We've got maintenance packages. Advice is always
Awesome.
free. If you've got a concern about your
Awesome.
website, just call and
Don't
I'll
forget
take
about
out.
nonprofits. Don't forget.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
Nonprofits, I love working with you guys. Give me a call.
Absolutely. Well, boy, I'm definitely going to put you in my iPhone and have you right there at the ready for when I need it for either myself or someone else. But we're going to actually go ahead and close just for a few minutes. Paul and I are going to be coming back for an extra segment because there's so much happening in the heart of downtown Newport Richey and the surrounding areas that we want to let you know on what's happening. So I want to thank you, Ed. Good luck with that
Thank you.
website business. You're awesome, and we'll have to have you back again. Stick around. We'll see you in just a few.